Welcome back to Ways to Love Your Money. I'm Elisabeth Dawson. We're in my living room. It's a beautiful day outside, but I saw that we're going to have rain all next week. Not too happy about that. But anyway, for the time being, I'll take those wins. I've been talking to many of my clients, and the big question is, should I be fearful of what's happening in the market, or should I take advantage of it? So there's a lot of different opportunities, but at the same time, you've got to be prepared for those losses again. I don't think we're done with the volatility of the woods. So in the process of what we talk about with our clients and with people that maybe just want to get information from us is that money you have in the market shouldn't be anything that you have at risk that you depend on. So that money at risk should just be over there as you're kind of having a place where dollars and cents can actually grow, but at the same time, you're not depending on that for your daily income. So with COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever we want to call it today, it's developing new information each and every day. I talked with someone yesterday and they said, well, what would be good opportunities? Well, I'm not a stockbroker and I'm not going to give any stock picks even on this video. Are there opportunities? Well, there might be, but if you don't have enough money to pay your mortgage, maybe you want to think twice about putting money in the market. So be responsible. Think about those things. Now is the time that we should actually be much more aware of our cash flow and what we're spending money on. I encourage you to reach out to us and ask for what we call a cash flow analysis, just so you could do the work on your own and you can see this. If you want some help with it, we'll be happy to help. What I recommend is that you get 2 months of bank statements, because it'll be good. March, you should maybe get February too. Maybe you want to pull January in there as well, because your spending in January and February are going to be different than what you were spending in March. And it was really a mid-month March that we were kind of really buckling down on our expenses. If we're put to the test, we can do a lot of different things and we can be available to more suggestions. So any financial institution that's getting money from you that is unnecessary, you want to be able to pull that back. Any money that's going to banks or government unnecessarily, you want to pull that money back. When I say pull that money back, is that you deserve to build wealth on those dollars if they're unnecessary. And if you don't know what is necessary or unnecessary, right now is going to be a good time to figure that out. We know possibly paying mortgages. Some mortgages are being deferred. Eventually, they'll be added back to our loans. We want to make sure it doesn't hurt our credit. But if you're in a financial situation, a financial crisis, or if you're a business owner and you're looking at maybe the Paycheck Protection Program, those are going to be things that might actually help stimulate your business to keep your employees employed. It's really an encouragement for business owners like myself to keep our employees employed so that we can actually still take care of, the number one customer service that we always want to give to our people. So look at all the different programs that are out there. If you're, again, a business owner too, and you might have some commercial loans, you might have rent, things like this, you need to have that infusion of money. So look into the Paycheck Protection Act Paycheck Protection Program. And if you need some resources with this or some specialists that deal with these loans, let me know. We do have a few people we can introduce you to. This is a frenzy right now. Every day we get new news. So again, let's go back to the basics. If we're in our home and we're looking at what we spend money on and we see all these dollars going out, but not as much coming in, we have to buckle down. What is our budget that we're going to spend for groceries? We're probably not going out to dinner too much, but everyone's saying, support your local restaurants because they're still trying to be in business as well. So takeout, because some nights you might not want to cook. Maybe you want to get something just out, just to drive out of the house, even if it's for 5 minutes, just so you can actually get some movement. Get outside, do some exercise, do some walking, walk with your dogs, do whatever it takes just to get yourself going. Yoga, working out, whatever that thing is, that is going to drive you to be able to feel healthy during these times. So cash flow analysis, why is it so important? Because we're going to go through this kind of metamorphosis, I believe, in these next months to come, and we're going to get real with what it takes to live. We're fortunate that we have a government that's trying to give us money and resources, but at the same time, what if we don't have those resources? What if it takes unemployment 2 months to actually give you a benefit? What if it takes, these programs from the SBA and through the Government CARES Act? What if it takes them 2 months or 3 months to actually give you any kind of, dollars for relief? We have to be prepared. So we talk all the time about recovering wealth from financial institutions, banks, and governments, recovery of that wealth also from our lifestyle. Sometimes we're our biggest culprits. and put that money into what we call a wealth recovery account. Last week, we talked a little bit more about emergency funds. So emergency funds are just as important to be able to think about this. Maybe your emergency fund just isn't as big as you would have felt comfortable. You're going to need to look at liquid resources. There is an opportunity too that if you actually are interested in this, that your retirement plans would still be considered taxable in the distribution, but if you're under the age of 59 and a half, there's a way that you can actually get a distribution from your retirement plans up to $100,000. Maybe you don't need that much, but maybe you kind of start to see what your employers or what your 401ks or your IRAs are saying, because this law is changing as we speak. Each and every day, each and every minute, we get an update every day. So to kind of close this and keep it short and sweet, number one, start looking at your cash flow. Look at your bank statements, look at your credit card statements. I would look at them for the last 3 months, see what's really important with the money that you have coming in to be able to pay for, to keep the lights on, keep the water running, making sure that you've got groceries and that you're going to be able to be in a good place, taking care of your families, taking care of yourself, taking care of your older parents, maybe even siblings or aunts and uncles that need to have a little bit of taking after, just to look at them and make sure that we're picking up the phone and talking to people that maybe we just didn't think about talking to for a while. But now it's more important because everyone is nervous about this. Are there opportunities in the market? Yes. Are there opportunities in making sure that your family and your daily living is okay? Even more important. Now is the time to really start getting to our grassroots and what's important to each and every one of us. Think about your new wish list for 2020. It's going to be different than what we thought it was about a month ago. So what will that new wish list actually look like for you? What's important to you, your spouse, your partner, your family, your children, your parents, your siblings? What's important now? We're going to get back to the table. We're going to get back to having dinners together, which I think has been kind of lost for many years. We're going to get to the place where we're communicating with our children more, not just over text. We want to be able to have those conversations. Find out what's important. If you want to reach out and get a copy of our cash flow analysis, which we call a budget worksheet, we'll be happy to send that to you. No cost, no nothing. But if this is the start to a new beginning for you, how much wealth do you want to recover now? And how much wealth do you want to continue to recover as time goes on? And start to find the wealth and the rates of returns in the money that we've just been giving away unnecessarily. That's my encouragement for you today. If you have any questions, we're still fully working. Give us a ring at 619-640-2622, or you can email us questions with an S at Elisabeth.Dawson.com. You can also leave comments below. So we want to hear what you want to hear, and we want to talk about what you want to hear. So tell us what it is that's important and it's on your mind now. But look for those little glimmers of sunlight. Look for those positives that are happening in your life when you're closer to your families now. Surround yourself with love and light, and I hope this takes you into the next week or weeks to come. The information provided in this show is for informational and educational purposes only. This show is not investment advice, nor is it intended to address the financial needs of any particular viewer. The opinions expressed on this show are not intended to be an endorsement of any particular investment strategy or service of any other kind. You must make an independent decision regarding investments or strategies mentioned throughout the show. Before acting on information in this show, you should consider whether it is suitable for your particular situation and strongly consider seeking advice from a financial advisor.